Good morning. Good morning here. Ithaca. Tiny town. New York. Where we can't hope to beat the news out of Scotland, where a 23-year-old man was in court in Kirkcaldy after a train was stopped that Saturday evening when the man was in flames. He was a football fan dressed as a sheep, apparently caught on fire and had to be taken away. Culpable in reckless conduct. Well, you don't see that around here because we don't have commuter trains. But if we did, you'd be damn sure there'd be more people around here dressed as animals on fire, getting stopped and taken to court. But what we do have is the Ithaca Police Department log. But before I get to that, I have a comment or two to make about Halloween candy. I was under the South Cayuga Street Bridge with Frankie 14850, taking some pictures, following him around. I like to keep an eye on him because he can be a little reckless himself. And what we found was a cache of Halloween candy that had been apparently discarded. Mary Jane, handful of gummy bears, some of those crystallized sugared fruity kind of candies look like chuckles. We used to call them chuckles when we were kids, but they're actually fruit shape of segments of fruit. Some fruit suckers and some other kinds of candy. No chocolate. That was the thing that we noted. There wasn't any chocolate discarded. This was candy that the kids had actually, you know, whoever they were, if they're kids. Nowadays it's mostly teenagers that go around Halloween. They just left it there. They just said, I don't want any gummy bears or chuckles or Mary Janes. I want chocolate. Give me chocolate. Give me real candy. Give me the pumpkin. I need the stuff. Well, you know what? That candy was a gift from somebody. Somebody spent some time buying some bulk candy somewhere. And, I don't know. It just seems sick and wrong to throw it under a bridge. The ducks don't eat it. I don't know if any wild animal that's going to eat it, but, you know, maybe some will. Yesterday there was a complaint that I showed the Lucky Ithaca monkey brick, but didn't really give a good look at it for the folks at home. Well, this is it. Made by the Amish, the Lucky Ithaca monkey brick. And again, I didn't point out the most telling detail here is the lead cast monkey is holding a skull of Homo sapiens. And as you can see, he doesn't look mean about it, doesn't look proud in particular for having outlived Homo sapiens. But there you go, that's the Ithaca monkey brick. We want to start you out at $19.99 for this whole thing. Brick and monkey. Just don't forget, made by the Amish. So you know it's really lucky. Well, we're on to the Ithaca Police Department log. Our subject reported being harassed. However, when the cops showed up, the complainants had an outstanding warrant and was issued an appearance ticket. So, geez, don't call the cops if you're already in trouble and somebody's harassing you. Like, the cops are going to just say, oh, alright, let's arrest the person that's harassing the person that should be arrested. Arrest everybody. Everybody gets arrested. A lot of vehicles towed and ticketed. This time of year is when we switch around from one side to the other, the odd even parking thing. And it gets to be a little sticky out there. You forget which day you're supposed to park on which side. In our next broadcast, we will explain odd even parking to you, so you understand it perfectly. There's not much else going on here. We got two complaints of unauthorized use of a bank account, one on North Fulton Street and one on South Meadow Street. We don't like this. Complainant reports someone attempted to open an account in a name other than their own on East State Street. There's a lot of fraud going on around there. Routine traffic stop. Subject got arrested for not having a registered vehicle. Credit card fraud on Bryant Avenue. 2 males reported panhandling were gone upon officers' arrival. I think I know who these 2 guys are. They claim to be hobos. They asked me to take a picture of them. Said, "Do you want to take a picture of some real hobos?" And I said, "Are you sure I am not taking pictures of some mooching gypsy transients?" And they said, "No, we're hobos, genuine hobos." So I took their picture. Illegal dumping incident on Elmira Road. Okay. Officers responded to an animal complaint. You know, it's rare that, an animal will actually call in and complain, but I'm glad that they do, because there's a special animal hotline. All they have to do is bang on the phone. They don't even have to hit any specific digits. They just hit the phone, and somebody will pick up, and the animal can complain about misconduct on the part of their alleged owners. A found bicycle was taken into possession, found on West Seneca Street. Good place to find bicycles that were stolen on the east side of town and left on the west side of town. A lot of tickets issued here. 2-car property damage accident with minor injuries on South Meadow Street. Report of identity theft. I hope it wasn't me. Well, you know what? It's their bad luck if they did steal my identity, I can tell you that. Imagine being C. Penbo Candy out there on the streets. Good luck to you. Verbal domestic incident on my favorite Chestnut Street. Yeah, Chestnut Street. You can always count on Chestnut Street for some shit going down, because there was a report of a suicidal subject. Upon arrival, officer found a verbal domestic incident with no suicidal subjects involved. Nobody was going to kill themselves. They were just saying it. Up on my favorite Chestnut Street. Yeah. Report of puddle bubbling and letting off steam. Officers checked the area and found that there was a fracking incident from some gas drilling that was going on Plain and Esty Street. Now, over there on Plain and Esty Street, you want to be careful, because isn't that where Markle's Flats is? Isn't that where they're doing all that digging? Trying to clean up that mess over there? I think it is. A puddle bubbling. It's hard to say. Say it 3 times really fast. Puddle bubbling, puddle bubbling, puddle bubbling. It's hard to say. And letting off steam. Wow. The city has a life of its own, It lives and breathes. It's its own organism. Report of an identified animal in the roadway. Officer checked the area with negative results. An identified animal. Well, why don't they tell us what kind of animal it was? I think they mean an unidentified animal. Complainant reports that a subject offered to sell him drugs. Officer checked the area and was unable to locate the subject in question. Somebody tried to sell me drugs. Somebody's trying to sell you drugs. You don't want drugs? Just tell them, I don't want them. I'm not interested. Take your spliff somewhere else, man. I'm not interested in your shit. Officer assisted the Tompkins County Sheriff's Department with an incident inside the city of Ithaca. Well, that's good. Thanks, sheriffs. Thanks a lot. Vehicle ticketed and towed, and a private property parking complaint. That's about it. The only other thing I can tell you is I participated in a citizen survey yesterday on health at the Survey Research Institute up at Cornell, one of the few places at EduCorp where they actually do stuff. It was pretty interesting. General questions about health. How do you feel about health? I feel okay when I'm healthy, and I don't feel so good when I'm not healthy. I don't think I was very helpful. with the health questions. I thought it was pretty vague altogether, but you know what? We got sandwiches, fresh fruit, and $40. You cannot beat that. I hope you get a call like that off their database and you get a chance to answer some generalized health questions. I really do. I hope you get a chance to do that because it's a rare opportunity to join a focus group with people I never would have met before. I really would not have met these people before, and I'll probably never see them again. But I hope so, because it's a tiny town and you can never be too sure. See you later.